Hey guys, I'm FatBuddyCat.
And today, we're going to be completing the exhaust system on my Custom Doodlebug. Alright guys, we're pretty much just going to continue where we left off. I wasn't going to add the RLV because of vibration. However, I think we've fixed the majority of the source of that vibration, okay? Like I said, it's the harmonics, right? Well, it's also flex that's in the frame, the plate, you know, the motor itself that's going to make this thing move, okay? This is going to be extremely loud, especially with this pipe on it, all right? These stage headers are no joke. They sound really good, but, I mean, they're just straight pop cannons, you know, at best. And this is the pop stopper, okay? I have a 1 5/16 RLV. They don't weigh too much, and there's not a whole lot going on inside. But what these are about is, I believe, restricting the spark, bringing the tone down, stopping the backfires, but keeping all the horsepower gains. All right? These slide on, and typically you have these stainless steel clamps that hold them on. Well, this bike is anything but typical, so we're going to be welding it on. And once we do that, we're going to need to add some sort of support. This is one off, guys. We'll go with the flow. Get that thing welded on. Alright, the first thing, guys, you want to make sure all your surfaces are really clean. We're only going to be going back about that far. Okay, so we have plenty to work with. This metal is not particularly thick, okay? I'm going to be tack welding with 7018, and then I'm going to go back and probably try to see if I can do some 60-13 for my fillets, alright? That way I'm not just burning the heck out of this material. I'm only running 110, okay? If I can get the juice set right, like around 75 or 80, and I can run 70-18 and I'm not burning, that's what I'll stick with. Get it? Alright guys, we got this welded up. I don't want to keep touching this up too much because, you know, obviously we don't want to upstage this beautiful spline section. The next part of this is going to be a support with this in tight position. We have plenty of room around the frame, okay? So what we need to do is have something that can connect our frame to our exhaust but still have some sort of flex to it, okay? It can't be too rigid. This is going to be something sort of influenced by one of my viewers. It was several videos back. I forget which exhaust system I was working on. But actually, nope, it was for the Trailmaster. Alright, when we were revising the welded exhaust on that one. We're going to go ahead and apply that here. The first thing we have to do is figure out some sort of a place to put a tab. Okay? And we're going to need a tab here as well as here. I'm going to go find something to make that out of. Guys, check out this drawer of parts I found. I bet you something in here will come in handy. Look at all this. Wow, that's really light. I bet you that's titanium. I mean super light. I don't even know if I can weld that. That looks usable. That definitely is. That's what caught my eye. And these, look, those look familiar, huh? It's like those RLV stainless steel clamps, except from back in the day. Cool. Alright guys, the first thing I'm going to be doing is mounting this piece, okay, onto this exhaust system. I think I'm going to keep it back here on the main pipe, and I'm going to cut this off right here, leave the rest, and then tack weld that on, and that'll give us the hanger for the muffler, you know, or the header. I went and actually found another ear that was very similar to this one, okay, just so that this is somewhat aesthetically pleasing. And also, I think we're going to benefit from this larger hole. Alright, so this one I'm going to cut off, and I'm basically going to be welding it right underneath the seat bracket. Alright, we got a little inclement weather, so I took the time to grab my razor blade and harvest the closest Q nail to me. If you don't know what a Q nail is, it's one of those ultra sweet V treads. Just a used one I had kicking around. What's that? It kind of hurts? Well, don't worry about it. Yeah, you got a new home now. Okay. Here you go. You just hang out there. Everything will be okay. Alright, at this point, guys, I'm going to be taking this thing outside. I'm going to take the 4.5-inch angle grinder. I'm just going to blow the paint right off this thing. Okay? I'm going to have somewhat self-control. And I'm going to be welding this in right about there. Alright, into the future, a couple hours, and here is our exhaust hanger. Alright, I welded both sides. I'm going to add a new exhaust gasket, and I'll go ahead and grab the exhaust. As you can see, this is all painted. I did a little bit of Bondo work here to tie everything in and keep that smooth look. At first I wasn't going to, but why not? Wait till you see this, guys. Alright, check this out. It's like a Monza. Alright, stuck with the dirty weld, but I mean, it's really not that bad. It's really solid. It's plenty intimidating, so should sound great. Right here, guys, you'll notice the oversized holes. Alright, this is where we're going to be incorporating our tire. Okay, this is just that sweet sidewall meat. I'm gonna have to cut some strips. I'm gonna need some bolts, some washers. Let me get some things together. Alright, well, this this isn't exactly working out either. Oh, hey. Oh, what's that? You're lonely and you're cold? Well, here's the thing. It wasn't a match after all. So, feel better. Alright guys, in order to make this thing look cleaner, I'm going to change my design a little bit. And I'm going to be doing a stud, okay? What I have here is a thin steel washer, okay? And I think this was for a clutch bolt, alright? Usually that's what you do, is you inlay it into another washer and then you tighten it down and it makes that cup. Alright, well that cup fits right inside our hole, and I have a grade 8 bolt, alright, it's gonna inlay into that. So what I'm gonna do is get it out there and weld it up, see what happens. Yep, that'll hold. Okay guys, what we have here is, I believe, a tensioner. Alright, this was in that treasure box that I found. I also found a couple grommets, and I grabbed some heavy duty hardware. This one's got a nylock nut. I don't think the heat transfer is going to be so much that's going to get to this one. Alright, we're going to be using this hole up here. The reason I'm using these grommets is because we need something smaller than the hole, right? I'll show you from the back side. I'm either going to go through the front or back. I haven't decided yet. But, alright, you see what I'm saying? And then the bolt goes through, alright? And then this is going to give us some anti-vibration and a little bit of wiggle by the time we get everything situated. So let me get this thing mounted up. Alright guys, here we are, all welded up, painted up. I could have maybe grounded a little bit better, but the head of the bolt is like right there, and I'm really trying to build all of this up. And you know, that little washer that's in there, that's basically like filler. Alright, that just melts in with all the weld. I did this with 7018 at like, I don't know, probably like 107, so I don't want to keep throwing too much heat at the end of this, especially where it's going to be vibrating and such. Or, you know, maybe not vibrating quite as much, but still, there's going to be something. Next, mount it up. Okay, I'm all tightened up on the end of my header. Over here, I just take the stud and we're going to put it in the adjuster, and then I'm going to find a washer and a nut for this. Also, I think I'm going to see if I can find like an old exhaust gasket or something, and maybe like cut a piece off and put that between this adjuster and my exhaust flange. Alright, what I did is just nip the lobes off of an old exhaust gasket. Those will be going on either side of the tensioner. Our washer and then our nut will be going on last. So everything's real simple, easy to move around. Okay, here's our shish kebab. I have one of those gaskets, then the tensioner, then another gasket. Then we'll put the washer, and finally, sausage finger, we'll get the nut on there. Well, I'm really, really glad I took the time to think this out. Down here, guys, all we have is a 1/2 inch nut. Up here, we have a 1/2 inch bolt, a 1/2 inch nut. I could cut this one shorter just to match this one down here. But here we go, you know, a very simple design, and this should give us the rigidity that we need, as well as a little bit of give, okay, to keep up with the harmonics of the motor. So that's that. This is the first one I've done. But I like it. Do you guys like it? Let me know in the comments section. We're going to get after that carburetor next. Because as always, it's a work in progress. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. I'll catch you on the next one.